I'm Dr. Mary Helen Hensley, and I'm a Pisces slash Sagittarius, and I like long walks on the beach and moonlit walks in the graveyard. And oh, by the way, I'm positive with COVID antibodies. Huh, yes, let's chat about that. So I had some blood work done today, guys, and I am happy to report to you that after having COVID in March 13th, actually Friday the 13th, March 2020, was when I had COVID, and it is now the 6th of December 2021, and I have tested positively for the antibodies, the IgG and the IgM, meaning I have a robust response at 21 months later, because I haven't had COVID since. And I think scientifically we need to look at this because we're looking at what's working and what's not working. And when I was in getting my coffee this morning, there was a sheet and people were ticking off under immunity when they showed a passport stating that they had had 1, 2, and up to 3 vaccines. So let's see what Mary Helen did. Well, I got COVID and rocked my way through it, and I've kept myself really healthy and well. And I have worked 6 days a week, touching people all day long, every single day. I clean, I sanitize in here. I do not wear a mask. I haven't worn a mask throughout this entire ordeal. And, because I think it's important that I build my own immune system, especially because I'm working with the public and I'm working up close and personally with people. And so, the idea of building a natural immunity to all sorts of little things, not just COVID, is super important because I'm really worried about the people who have been masked up for a really long time. And when they take those masks off, people are going to be dropping like flies with all sorts of nice little nasties. So anyway, back to the subject. Yay me! I tested positive for IgG and IgM. IgG would be showing that I'd been recently exposed to or had COVID, but IgG and IgM testing strongly and positively means that this is my own immunoresponse that is still intact from when I had COVID, because I haven't had a sick day since, really. I had a little sinus infection at one stage over the course of the last nearly 2 years in the panic attack, the pandemic. So yeah, I think it's really important for the sake of science, because Lord, we love to talk about science, don't we? So it's really important that we find out from the people who are having a really positive response. What have you been doing? I've never felt better. I feel really great. I'm healthy. I'm working away. Like I said, I'm in with patients all day, every day. I wash my hands, same as I always have for 25 years. I've been a doctor who washes her hands. I don't sit and suck the breath, like a specter sucking the life out of somebody. I'm careful. I don't get right up in people's faces, but I'm just doing my thing, because it's really important, I think, to make sure that my body is exposed to whatever it needs to be exposed to, because I'm in good shape. I get adjusted. I eat well. I'm in a mentally good space the vast majority of time. I'm like everybody else. I've probably had a few dips, just because of being so fed up and of being in utter shock, to be honest, of the cognitive dissonance. And there are going to be people who are going to be watching this and they're going to go, this isn't for you then. But for anybody who is actually interested in science and what's actually happening out there, I am a doctor who works with people 6 days a week. I have my hands on people all day, every day. I wash my hands in between every patient, and I wipe the table down in between every patient, and that's that. And I do not wear a mask when I'm working. I do not wear a mask out in public. And I have very, very strong feelings about my personal right to do that, and about the science behind what's making all of this tick. And so you must ask yourself, if somebody's having to get 1 injection and then 2 injections and then 3 injections, and they get a little digital passport that says they're immune. I actually went and got the blood work, and I actually am immune. So how's that for a plague rat? So, if you want to go check, because I did. And so I put my money where my mouth is. Let's rock on. Let's see, And so I've had COVID. I had COVID nearly 2 years ago, and I am still testing positive for the antibodies in the IgG and the IgM, not just one of them, both of them. And this was done through blood work. And I am super excited. I couldn't be more chuffed with this old body. I am just very excited. And I wanted to share that with you guys because I think it's really important. So, you know, what's going to be interesting about that is that I'm not going to be allowed to rock up with my positive antibody results and get into the same place that somebody who's carrying a digital COVID passport is going to be able to get into. And I think that's messed up. And I hope you think that's messed up. Let me say that again. I have just tested positive for IgG and IgM. I had COVID in March of 2020. And I cannot walk into any of the places that someone who has a COVID passport can go. I can't sit down in a coffee shop. I can't sit down in a restaurant, you know, in many public settings. I can't go to the cinema. Yet I have the blood work that states that I have positive antibodies and I'm in really good shape. And someone who has a COVID passport who has had now to get 1, 2, and then 3 injections and is being classed as immune, they're turning around and blaming people like me. And I'm just here to tell you, yeah, that's not right. It sucks, actually. So it's really, really important. And I hope this spreads around like wildfire. Say it again, Dr. Mary Helen Hensley. Today is the 6th of December, 2021, and I have positive antibodies. So yay. So put that in your pipe and smoke it, science.